Hi there. Welcome to Immerse in English. I'm Oliver, and today, I'll share a beautiful story that reveals how books can help you master English naturally. Stick with me until the end because there's an unexpected twist that could change the way you learn forever. Learning English doesn't have to be hard or boring. What if I told you that a simple habit, reading, could unlock your fluency faster than you ever imagined? Sounds interesting, right? Let's dive into our story. Chapter 1: The Curious Boy and the Magic Book. Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by green hills, there lived a boy named Liam who always dreamed of speaking perfect English. Every time his teacher asked him to read aloud in class, his heart raced, and his palms became sweaty. The words on the page seemed to dance and blur, making him feel helpless and embarrassed. He often wondered, why is learning English so hard for me? Liam wasn't a bad student. He tried his best. He spent hours memorizing vocabulary lists, practicing grammar exercises, and repeating phrases from his school books. But no matter how hard he worked, speaking English fluently seemed like an impossible dream. His classmates laughed when he mispronounced words, and this only made him feel more nervous and shy. One rainy afternoon, as Liam was walking home from school, he took a shortcut through the park. The clouds were thick and gray, and the sound of raindrops hitting the leaves filled the air. Liam hurried along the path, hoping to get home before the storm grew worse. As he passed a worn wooden bench under an old oak tree, something caught his eye, a book lying there soaking wet. Curious, Liam picked it up and wiped the raindrops off its cover. It was an old dusty book with golden letters that read, "The Key to English." He flipped through the pages and noticed something strange. The book wasn't filled with grammar rules or boring exercises. Instead, it had stories, dialogues, and little notes in the margins written in neat handwriting. Liam hesitated. Who would leave this book here? He wondered. He looked around, but saw no one. The rain was falling harder now, so he tucked the book into his backpack and ran home. That evening, as the storm roared outside, Liam sat by his window and opened the mysterious book. The first page simply said, "Read aloud and let the magic begin." It felt odd, but Liam decided to give it a try. He cleared his throat and read the first sentence out loud, "Once upon a time in a land far away." Suddenly, something strange happened. The words didn't seem so hard anymore. His mouth formed the sounds more naturally, and his voice felt stronger. He read another sentence, and then another. As he continued, the words began to make sense in his mind without him even thinking about them. It was as if the book was guiding him, helping him pronounce words clearly and understand their meaning without effort. For the first time, Liam wasn't focused on memorizing or worrying about making mistakes. He was simply enjoying the story. And without realizing it, he was improving his English, naturally and effortlessly. The next day, Liam couldn't wait to read more. After school, he rushed home, opened the book, and read aloud again. Each day, he noticed small changes. Words he had struggled with before now came out easily. His confidence grew, and he even started using new vocabulary in class without fear. One afternoon, his mother overheard him reading aloud and paused at his door. She smiled, noticing how happy and focused he was. "Liam, your pronunciation sounds much better," she said, clearly impressed. Liam blushed but felt proud. It was the first time someone had complimented his English skills. He began reading every day, even if it was just for 10 minutes. And the more he read, the more natural English felt. The book became his secret tool, a friend that encouraged him without judgment, helping him practice without pressure. One day, Liam asked himself, why does reading aloud help so much? He realized that when he spoke the words, he wasn't just reading, he was training his mouth and brain to work together. It wasn't about memorizing rules anymore. It was about connecting with the language in a real, natural way. Have you ever felt like Liam, frustrated when learning English? I bet many of you have. It can be discouraging when you try hard and still feel stuck. But Liam's story shows us something important. Sometimes, the simplest methods are the most powerful. Liam didn't find a magic shortcut. What he discovered was the power of consistent, focused practice, reading aloud every day, even for a few minutes. And you can do the same. What about you? Have you ever tried reading in English out loud? It may feel awkward at first, but trust me, it works wonders. Give it a try today. Pick any book, even a simple one, and read aloud. Notice how your pronunciation and confidence slowly improve. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What book would you choose to read in English? Drop your answers in the comments below. Maybe your favorite book could become the key to unlocking your fluency, just like Liam's did. And remember, every big journey starts with one small step, or in this case, one spoken word. Chapter 2: The Power of Reading Aloud. Liam's journey with the mysterious book was only beginning. Every day after school, he eagerly opened the key to English and started reading aloud. Something about speaking the words out loud made the language feel alive, like it was no longer just words on a page but something he could use and understand. At first, Liam didn't understand why reading aloud helped so much, but he felt the difference. The words flowed more smoothly from his mouth, and he started recognizing patterns in pronunciation and grammar without studying them directly. Reading silently had never given him that feeling. One afternoon, while reading a story from the book, Liam noticed something interesting. As he read aloud, his mind stayed more focused on the content. He wasn't just seeing the words, he was hearing them, speaking them, and even feeling the rhythm of the sentences. This extra engagement helped him remember new vocabulary more easily. Did you know that reading aloud activates more areas of your brain? When you read silently, only your visual processing works, but reading aloud involves your speech, hearing, and motor skills too. This combination strengthens your memory and improves pronunciation naturally. Liam also noticed that reading aloud helped him with confidence. Before, speaking English in front of others was terrifying, but now, practicing alone made him feel more comfortable. Every time he read, it was like having a conversation with himself, and slowly, his fear of making mistakes faded away. One day, Liam had an idea. Instead of just reading normally, he decided to make it fun. He gave different voices to the characters in the stories, a deep voice for the hero, a soft whisper for the shy girl, and a loud roar for the dragon. Suddenly, reading wasn't just practice, it was an adventure. Have you ever tried reading English with character voices? It might feel silly at first, but it makes reading more engaging and enjoyable. Plus, it helps improve your intonation and expression, which are key parts of sounding natural in English. As the weeks passed, Liam noticed even more improvements. His pronunciation became clearer, and he stopped stumbling over tricky words. He also realized that reading aloud helped him think in English, instead of constantly translating from his native language. This was a huge breakthrough. Why is thinking in English so important? Because it makes speaking faster and more natural. When you stop translating in your head, conversations flow better, and you sound more fluent. Reading aloud helps bridge that gap, training your brain to process English directly. Liam also discovered that his listening skills improved. While reading aloud, He paid attention to how words sounded, which helped him understand spoken English better. Watching movies or listening to songs in English became easier, and he started catching words and phrases he used to miss. Have you ever noticed how reading aloud improves your listening too? It's like tuning your brain to the sounds of English, making it easier to catch spoken words in conversations or media. One day in class, Liam's teacher asked him to read a short paragraph aloud. Normally, this would have made him panic, but this time, he felt calm. He took a deep breath and read confidently. His classmates were surprised. They noticed the improvement, and even his teacher smiled proudly. After class, one of his friends asked, "How did you get so much better at reading?" Liam shared his secret, the mysterious book and his daily reading routine. His friend was curious and wanted to try it too. This made Liam realize something important. The method that helped him could help others as well. It wasn't magic, it was consistent, focused practice. And the best part? It was fun. Have you ever shared your English learning tips with someone? Sometimes, teaching others what you've learned helps you improve even more. It reinforces your knowledge and makes the learning journey more social and enjoyable. Liam continued reading aloud every day, trying new stories and challenging himself with more difficult texts. He loved the feeling of progress. Each day, his English became clearer, smoother, and more natural. What about you? Are you ready to try reading aloud today? It only takes 10 minutes to start seeing results. Find a book, magazine, or even an article you enjoy, and read it out loud. Focus on pronunciation, expression, and having fun with it. Liam's story shows us that fluency isn't about being perfect, it's about practicing consistently, even in small ways. Reading aloud is one of the simplest, most effective methods, and anyone can do it. So, what's the first thing you will read aloud in English? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your reading adventures and help you along your journey. Remember, every great speaker started as a beginner, just like Liam. All it takes is that first step, one page, one paragraph, one sentence. Read aloud with confidence. Your English fluency is closer than you think. Chapter 3: The Secret Hidden in the Book. Liam's journey with the key to English had already transformed his confidence and fluency. Reading aloud every day had opened new doors, and he felt more comfortable speaking English than ever before. But there was something about the book that still puzzled him. Its title hinted at a deeper secret, something he had yet to discover. One rainy afternoon, Liam sat by the window, flipping through the familiar pages. He had read every story, practiced every dialogue, and even memorized some of the vocabulary. Still, he felt there was something more, something the book was waiting to reveal. As he neared the end, a thin envelope fell from between the final pages. Startled, Liam picked it up and noticed elegant handwriting on the front, for the true reader. His heart raced with excitement. Carefully, he opened the envelope and unfolded the letter inside. The letter read, "Dear reader, you have come far, and now it's time to learn the real secret. This book was never magic. The power to master English has always been within you. The act of reading aloud connects your mind, voice, and heart. It allows you to practice without fear, to hear yourself grow stronger each day. The stories were only a guide, you did the real work. The secret is simple: consistency, belief in yourself, and the courage to speak out loud. Remember this, fluency isn't about perfection. It's about connection, with the language and with yourself. Keep reading, keep speaking, and never stop believing. The key was never in the book. The key is you." Liam read the letter twice, then a third time. A wave of realization washed over him. The book wasn't special because of its stories. It was special because it had helped him believe in himself. All the progress he had made was the result of his daily practice, his persistence, and his growing confidence. At first, Liam felt a little disappointed. He had imagined a great mystery or a magic spell. But then he smiled. The truth was even better. He didn't need magic to learn English. He had done it on his own. Have you ever waited for a magic solution to learn English? Many of us do. We hope for a shortcut, a secret trick, or a special method. But Liam's discovery teaches us something powerful. The real key to fluency is already inside you. With this new understanding, Liam felt a surge of motivation. He realized that the most important part of learning was showing up every day, reading aloud, making mistakes, and getting better step by step. The next day, Liam decided to share the book's secret with his classmates. During lunch, he gathered a few friends who also struggled with English. He told them about his journey, how reading aloud had helped him, and the message he had found in the letter. At first, his friends were skeptical. "It can't be that simple," one of them said. But Liam encouraged them to try. He handed the book to his friend Mia and asked her to read a short paragraph aloud. She stumbled at first but then started to relax, just like Liam had in the beginning. "Do you feel it?" Liam asked. "When you read aloud, you're not just seeing the words, you're speaking them, feeling them. That's how the magic works." Mia smiled. "I never thought about it that way," she admitted. That afternoon, Liam and his friends formed a small reading group. They met every week, taking turns reading aloud, helping each other with pronunciation, and celebrating their progress. It wasn't long before all of them started improving, not just in reading, but in speaking and understanding English too. Have you ever practiced English with friends or in a group? Learning together can be more fun and motivating. Plus, reading aloud in front of others builds confidence and helps you get used to speaking naturally. Liam's story shows us something important. Fluency isn't about having perfect grammar or knowing thousands of words. It's about using the language every day, practicing without fear, and believing in your ability to grow. Here's the secret: there is no magic book. No hidden formula. The real key is your daily effort, your willingness to make mistakes, and your belief in yourself. So, are you ready to unlock your own English fluency? Start today. Pick up a book, any book, and read aloud. Don't worry about sounding perfect. Focus on connecting with the words, enjoying the process, and trusting that every sentence brings you closer to fluency. And remember Liam's discovery: the power isn't in the book. It's in you. What about you? Have you ever had a moment where you realized your own power to learn? Share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're unlocking your English fluency. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Immerse in English, and hit the bell so you never miss new tips and inspiring stories. Ready for the next step? Join Mark as he dives deeper into his English journey, facing new challenges and mastering real conversations. Don't miss the next video where Mark discovers powerful tips to boost fluency faster than ever. Subscribe, like, and watch the next episode now.